struggling with whatever it is. Oh goodness. How does anyone work through balancing work and life? You don't have time to know your child. Another one is that we are bringing up girls and boys. I give talks about bringing up girls. It's totally different from bringing up boys. Some of you don't know that. It's a totally different thing. A book that I would recommend, Bringing Up Girls by James Dobson, and another, Bring Up Boys. They are so different. You're supposed to treat them so different. That's a challenge. We don't know that. Eating problems. We have children with diseases now. My research was basically on children who are born with HIV, transmitted by the mother, and now they are teenagers. Oh, it was a child. They're beautiful, lovely children, but they have HIV. Depression. I'm a counselor by profession. That's what I do for most of my life. And I'm seeing a lot more depression in children. And you tell a child, okay, now we need to go and see a psychiatrist. And the mother says, me, to go to a psychiatrist, sit down together. My child is not mad. After about 6 months, they come back. Now I don't know what to do. Because she didn't go to the psychiatrist. So the depression has increased. And why? Because of all the things that are happening. The world is going around too fast for our children. They can't handle it. So they get depressed. So there's more depression. Those are the challenges that we see. Then we have marital challenges. Single mothers, divorce. Now divorce is coming in the picture. People start out, we cancel them, do premarital. After 3 months, no. I think it's the wrong one. Me, I'm a modern woman. I can manage on my own. What don't I have? I have a car. I have money. I am the CEO. I even have children. What do I need that man for? So we begin throwing out the men. I know people who change locks. The man goes out and they change the locks. And he comes back and tries the lock. Can't come in. And because you're a woman who used the house, what do you say? I use this house. This house is mine, so you go. And I've seen men living, Years ago, it was the women who would pack their bags and go. These days, it is the men that are packing. And Mama Maria, so you can see there is no marital connectiveness. Also because of time. There is lack of commitment to partners. So divorce now becomes an option. There is a lot of selfishness. Everybody wants their way. Yet marriage requires that you give up your way and pick up your partner, and your partner does the same. And this is not happening. There's a lot of anger. This is my way. So the way I want to do things. There's a lot of that. And it is disturbing the parenthood. If partners are not working together, the children cannot be happy. That's how it comes in here as a challenge. Now I want to go into just a little bit of 2 or 3 things around the challenges. Dealing with motherhood and the digital world. We need to protect children from the digital world. And there's a phrase by Emily Lisfield that says, between smartphones, iPods, iPads, video games and the internet, being wired is a way of life. And it has continued to be a way of life. Many in this generation spend up 18 hours a day. I want you to count because you are a modern woman. All of you, if I were to ask you, you have a smartphone in your hand somewhere. And you text, and you do all kinds of things. You Facebook, you do whatever. 18 hours. So think of your child spending 18 hours surfing, watching TV, playing, using social media. And 2,270 times a month. That's how teens text. And guess what? They can do it blindfolded. I've seen Matthew, my last born. He texts so fast. I don't even, now they can do it blindfolded or with it in the pocket because they know exactly where M is, S is in the pocket. So in boarding schools, guess what happens? They sneak the phones in and they have them in their pockets. And they're texting. And the teacher doesn't know. And the mother has no idea. Yes, there are benefits to this. You stay connected with information availability, but there's also, I want to take this very seriously. The world out there is cruel. And they are predators. They will get onto your child who is 7 years old, 10 years old, and get her into something. There's cyber violence, there is abuse. They ask them to send nude photos of themselves, and if they don't send the nude photos, that they will do something to them. So they get scared, and they take pictures of themselves and send them. So, what are the... And then of course, I've already said that these teenagers and these young people are not ready to deal with the social pressures of the internet. It's like taking an 8-year-old and putting them in South Carolina, alone. They've traveled all the way to America, alone. They're not ready for that. They're not. And here I can maybe push in a little more. You who take children to school at 2 years, the children are not ready for that kind of audience. You know, I've told the people I work with in the bank, I said, please do not take children to school at 2 years old. Say, but everybody does, and I don't have a reliable house girl. And you are thinking about you are not thinking about the child. And that child is going to be in school from 2 years to the age of 25. Or 20, whatever it is that is going to be. That's a long time. So the social media, next one, can also be addictive. Now when you have continuous stimulation, it distorts the pleasure center of the brain and releases something that's called dopamine, which is similar to what happens when you are addicted to a drug. And so what happens, everything else becomes boring. The only thing that gives them stimulation is the technology. Because, and this happens not only to the children, but to you too. Some of you cannot leave home without your phone. Some of you cannot spend a minute without looking at your phone. Some of you, every beep that comes in, boom, and you're like, boom. I'm thinking, goodness, what is going on? So get a fasting day and put your phone away so that you don't become addicted to it. And when the screen overwires your brain, you cannot sleep. I'm sure you know if you've been so active in the day and your mind is still working, when you try to put your head down, you can't go to sleep because your head is still reeling. That's what happens. You know, I've been looking at this and that and that and that and that. You know, I happened to get onto WhatsApp. And I'm thinking, why did I get onto WhatsApp? You know, people send things. Every minute, and it's just long, and it's a video, and it's a and I'm thinking, I am tired. Now think of the things that you have on your phone. And I found some new ones that I didn't even know. Because your children know that you follow them on Facebook. I have a cousin here who will tell me, oh, this is happening to so and so. You know, my children, she'll follow them on Facebook, and so she'll tell me what's happening to them. Now they are smart. They also don't do much on Facebook. They go to other things that they know that their parents don't even know. So there's Instagram, Kik Messenger, Snapchat, Tumblr, Poof. I don't even have all those. I also found out that we're there. So what are the common digital challenges that we have? When should I buy a phone for my child? Is that a question nobody asks? P5, P6, S4, S6, university. We are old-fashioned. My 2-year-old granddaughter knows exactly how to handle a phone. She even knows how to call her grandfather. Says, I'm calling Jaja Daddy. And indeed, she is calling Jaja Daddy. How does she know that? She's 2. She knows how to use the phone. She even knows how to, you know that little finger that links things around. So, why should this child of yours get a phone and in university? There's a case that I handled and he was in S2. Everyone has a phone except him. So he smuggled a phone into school and they caught him. And the parents came, now how can you have a phone? Where did you get the phone from? You didn't know. He said, you're not going to have a phone for life. And if you want a phone, you buy it for yourself. So he came back to school and he collected some money, made some money, and bought another phone. So, I think it's time for us to get on board with the digital world. We are not going to stop the children from having digital phones because in America, the young people go with computers and phones to the classroom. We are going there. We are going there.